Hello, happy Wednesday, everyone, people of YouTube.
How we doing, everybody? What up, Armand? He's one of the first every stream.
He was early, 4 minutes early. Yeah, guys. So if you guys are watching this, in an hour and a half, we have the Q4 live masterclass going down, where we'll be breaking down a ton of Q4 sauce that's really going to be very applicable. Warner and I combined for like 900K in sales, close to that. Last Q4, last December specifically, just for 1 month. So we want to make sure you guys get on as much free game as possible. So all of you guys joining on Instagram, in an hour and a half, we have the Q4 live masterclass going on. So make sure you get registered for that at the link in bio if you're interested on that. Wealthy Wednesday, you know it. My dog 0 Day in the building. What up, Dre? What up, Jules? Cool, guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know. We'll be on for like 45 minutes or so doing Q&A. So let us know what questions you guys got. We would love to help.
Absolutely. The wealth is already beginning too. You're starting to see lots of good Q4 sales coming out. Prices coming up on stuff. Sales are just naturally increasing. So it's almost game time. I'm pumped.
Yeah. So one nugget. Yeah. So one nugget Warner and I are dropping is how to find products that are going up in demand. And we were shocked by how many items, which we are putting together to show you guys tonight, are going up in demand. So you gotta make sure, like, this is stuff we haven't shared elsewhere publicly. So you want to make sure you come in an hour and a half and you can get the free sauce right there.
For sure. What up, Elijah? Been selling used books. All FBA can't get the buy box. It's probably just a books thing, to be honest. Check if are you like buy box ineligible? If so, you just need to sell more stuff.
Yeah, although it's probably not. Yeah, it's probably the buy box and ineligible, which is like, do you get your first sales or do you get the buy box first?
Chicken or the egg?
Exactly. Like, it's legitimately that. So just it's either that or your inventory hasn't fully affected.
For sure. Be on the Q4 flame as well. Bang. First Q4. Yeah, so I mean, if it's your first Q4, you're naturally going to make a few mistakes. That's part of the game. But don't be the person who's sitting on the sidelines waiting until January, right? You need the data. Having your first Q4 data. Obviously, Elijah, you take things seriously. You're going to crush it. But for those of you guys who are watching and are not spending decent money, that kind of stuff, you need that data. You need to be able to know like how seriously significant. You need that hands-on proof that things sell insanely faster than you think they do, so that next year when it comes around, even if you're not super rich this year, you'll have plenty of capital to dump into it next year.
Yeah, like, because you and I had both been doing Amazon for a few years prior to like when we really figured it out. But it was like when we did online arbitrage, did online arbitrage together, did online arbitrage the right way. That was when it ended up working, right? And that's why we want to put you guys on to and show you guys how you can do the same thing and really get after it tonight. And then so also too in the so we're gonna break down like a training part of the section too, and then there's also gonna be Q&A at the end as well. So
yeah, that's always super fun. Like this Q4 class, we got so much good feedback on. You guys are gonna genuinely come implement the skills, all that kind of stuff. You will see a boost to your Q4.
Cool. Okay, here we go. What is something you wish you would have known when you first started reselling books that have helped your progress, your business further now? Definitely knowing how to get ungated in big name brands and categories, which luckily all of you guys either do or can easily accessible figure out how, just watching our videos. So that was the big thing, is that back when Warner and I got started, the Amazon boomers, it wasn't just widely known and accepted that you could get that stuff done as a beginner like it is now. So all you guys, luckily, very, very good.
We had to go through the trenches of books and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw your video on Twitter today, Jules. Like that's just like the perfect case for like post a video on Twitter, say you are taking it seriously, you want to make some friends, and I would assume you got a bunch of DMs. It seems like you got some good traction, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that cost him zero money too.
Yeah, $0, and it will make you way more money than almost anything else you can do.
Literally, yeah. Yeah, bro's got 24 followers already. Do you guys delete old sold out listings, or who cares? Just leave them. Delete them if it's a smaller brand that you think might IP complaint. However, if it's from a big brand, or if it's a product you plan on replenishing, definitely keep them around. Some people are kind of anal and like to do that. I definitely think it's a waste of time. You want to remember, and you want to latch on to certain ASINs, because everything's a replen over a long enough time frame too.
Yeah, ideally you have it all stored on a Google Sheet somewhere, so you don't need the data on Seller Central, but it can help you like remember some replens from time to time.
Yep. Good category to start out in. Kind of whatever you have an interest in. So like I always like playing sports, like playing basketball. So shoes and clothing have always kind of been my wheelhouse. If you're really into video games, it'll be a little bit easier to do. If you're really into tools. If you're really into beauty.
I mean,
But
it's easier to name the categories that won't see an increase, probably. It's like
yeah,
grocery, not much, like vitamins, not much, like pretty much anything else you're going to see a boost on.
does keeping them active impact your IPI score? Who cares what your IPI score is, especially these days with no restock limit Armageddon this year. You guys are very lucky. You guys don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, dude, that
Yeah,
sucks. Like,
yep.
it would have easily been 500,000 December without storage limits last year. So it's nice that we don't have that this year.
Exactly. So yeah, don't worry about your IPI. Although I think it does impact your IPI minimally, but like you don't really need to worry about your IPI, honestly.
Yeah, keeping your inventory at keeping the listings live is like the least thing that affects IPI. The bigger one is making sure you sell through inventory that's been there for a while.
Yep. What are VAT fees? So that's a UK thing. Mr. Dre last name. So yeah, I
if
don't
you're
even
in the UK, it
Yeah.
matters. Otherwise, it does not matter.
Yeah.
And I don't know the slightest thing. So
To ungate anything, do you lose money? It's completely up to you if you want to kind of make sure you get it done, or you can just wait till you find something profitable. It's completely up to you. The nice thing is the vast majority of the products you're ever going to get ungated are going to be auto ungates. However, a lot of the bigger brands you're going to need email confirmations, invoices for.
got your first product recently. 12-pack is 36. 6-pack is you figure you break 12 packs into 6-pack. You can do that if you're buying like a 12-pack and it's not like wrapped in like original, has a UPC on it, that kind of thing. If you're buying a 12-pack and it just comes in like a, I don't know, like it's a tray of cans or something at the grocery store, that kind of thing, you can bundle those together. But if you have to break like factory seals to do that, I would be careful.
So I've had several FBA orders marked as replacement. So yeah, you need to keep track of those and claim those, because that's like kind of an annoying thing Amazon will do from time to time. Books are still a good idea to start with. Honestly, these days, man, especially this time of year, just start with name brand products as long as you have like over $1,000.
For sure. Are groceries popping in Q4? Some of them are, but it's generally not like the most, way more popular category, right? People are still generally eating about as much stuff. Whereas there's more like junk that's consumed during the holidays and stuff. But unless you're looking at like chocolate advent calendars, like, the chocolates that would be in like your stocking candy, all that kind of stuff is probably going to see a pretty good boost. But beyond that,
2D barcode's difficult to learn. Nah. What up, Tyler? What's the difference between YouTube content and coaching? Yeah, so just more in detail. There's less held back and such. Like you can totally learn the basics on here. And as such, just like if you want like access to me and such, basically.
How do you start selling on Amazon? Come to the free training tonight. We'll show you how to get all set up, all that kind of stuff if you're starting from zero. But short answer is watch some YouTube videos, keep a seller amp, put in reps, and set yourself a goal to spend a couple $100 by the end of the week.
What can I do now? You're doing the right thing. They'll approve it. You might just have to submit a couple times. And for on target today, am I doing this right? Yeah, that's awesome. Raising the buy box to the moon as we speak. That's a vibe.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, spending over $1,000 on profit can't be a bad thing.
Commercial liability. So Amazon themselves recommends this company called Next. I use one called the Hartford. I'm sure both of them are good. If Amazon recommends Next, they probably get a little bit of kickback from it, but like I don't know, it's definitely not bad if Amazon's recommending it too.
Yeah, I would assume they're more used to seeing those statements too, and so you might get it approved a little easier or something like that. That's just spitballing though.
Facts. When does Q4 end? December 31st, but it doesn't have to end. You can keep Chad scaling all you want. Keep Q4 as a mindset.
Really like the first week of January is pretty good too, though. You got gift cards, you got New Year's parties, all that kind of stuff.
You guys been killing it, dude. I appreciate it. Any suggestions for getting around? Yeah, so the first one is just asking the website why they're canceling you and talking to other sellers and seeing if other sellers are running into similar issues, because typically order cancels are able to be avoided. However, certain websites just hate and they just cancel everything, unfortunately. So you just gotta find the balance. Should I buy products now at 30% off? Bro, if they're profitable, absolutely. Like Black Friday, like one day in Q4 is a long time with how fast stuff sells. So absolutely, right? Like products you buy now, if you're FBMing them the way you should be, like you're not going to have to worry about it.
Like you guys have to be spending money today. I've got our team purchase sheet pulled up over here. Okay. Team leads throwing stuff on here. There's already 1,000 units that we're buying today.
Today too. Yeah, like today as well. Yeah. Oh, we lost Warner. Yeah, guys. So there's actually a shitload of early Black Friday sales going on. So like, it's absolutely popping out here in the streets for.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
Did you
I
see me
can.
also?
And the
Okay.
problem was your face saved at a very memeable moment, and I missed it. So someone watching this on the replay, if that memeable face saved, you need to screenshot that and send me it on Twitter.
Trying to blackmail me?
No, well, no, it's good. All publicity is good publicity. All publicity is good publicity.
You got some Vans for cheap. Did you get IP complaints with Vans? I'm pretty sure they IP, right?
So now
It's like a borderline brand. The right listing you'll get IP'd on. The other ones will not. I feel like it's how it works.
There's a couple brands like that. Now, obviously, I have no idea the specifics. Everyone's got to do their own research. However, Vans is sold by a lot of big sellers because they send a lot of letters, and the big sellers don't care about the letters. I personally do care about the letters, so I do not sell.
Yeah, you can slip through some, but it's generally not the lowest hanging fruit if you're a newer seller. If you can only handle 2 or 3 IP complaints before Amazon gets mad at your account, that kind of stuff, then just hold off. Sell the safer brands.
Do you know if the Plum card has a complete uncapped limit for the first month? It's definitely not going to be completely uncapped, but Elijah, like you'll be able to make some good money on it. Will you be live streaming on Black Friday? Fuck yeah, a lot.
See, I want to pop the midnight Black Friday stream, but I also need to find some stuff.
Well, you see, now that's the thing. Those we could just do like more of like an office hour style hangout too. You look like Rory McIlroy. My grandma tells me the same thing. Savage 007.
How many people can be on a single seller account? As many as you want, but if you have multiple, it's easier to like track your employees and stuff.
Facts.
Obviously, that's with the upgraded package, but
need a 24-hour live stream would be crazy. Because you just live, like I'd be sleeping for private.
That would be ridiculous. No one
is it
would.
possible to make your profile private so others can't source from your store? No, otherwise everyone would do it.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to sell anything if your store was private. Like,
so like actually, technically yes, but then you wouldn't be able to sell anything.
Your store being private is just you list nothing, I guess.
When sourcing and you see a suppressed buy box, do you skip the product or what's the process of analyzing? So the nice thing is that in the same way, when you come across a product that has a buy box, you're gonna look at the sales rank and keep it chart to gauge how it is. You're gonna do the exact same thing for a product that doesn't have a buy box. So treat it the exact same, and that understand if the rank isn't shooting up, if the competition isn't shooting up, if the price isn't shooting down, that's gonna be a good item the same way. Good question.
If there's a distributor without limited quantities, is it okay to try a few products? Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, either way, the answer is yes. You still buy product.
Absolutely. Pretty sweet, cool. So we got 30 guys over here on Instagram. If you guys got questions, make sure to let us know. Would love to help. And same thing with you guys on Instagram. And then if anyone's not familiar, going down in about an hour and 17 minutes, we have the Q4 Masterclass. It's completely free. Going to put you guys onto a ton of Q4 game. Make sure you get registered for that at the link in the description or link in bio, depending on what platform you're on. But I can't see their products listed. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean. That is doing wholesale the ultimate model for scaling? I mean, not necessarily. So there's people doing huge volume with online arbitrage. It's a great way to get into it. However, for most people, wholesale and private label are going to make the most sense long term, depending on how far you want to take it and how part-time or full-time you want to do it.
Yeah, it also just depends on your personality. Like, some of you guys are going to be demons at finding the right sites to want your money, finding coupons, that kind of stuff, and you don't need to switch. If you're like a massive people person, then build a $50,000 a month arbitrage business. Use those leads to find some distributors and just move on to wholesale. Like, it totally depends on who you are, what you enjoy doing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you're going to find that out by doing stuff too. Like, as long as you're moving in the right direction, consuming the right types of content, meeting people that are trying to do more with their life, like, you're going to make massive progress. Like, Warner and I had no idea when we met each other that we'd still be sourcing together 2.5 years later. Like, we were on FaceTime talking about some leads this morning. I bought 1,000 units today. Warner bought 1,000 units today. Life is good.
Does seller certification help win more buy? What is? I don't even know what that means.
No. Don't worry.
A new thing?
Yeah, it's
a new thing.
No, it's similar to like the veteran owned, and I believe.
Okay.
It's mainly private label.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's probably like avoiding like cheap like Alibaba garbage
Oh,
type
for sure.
badge.
Yeah, for sure. Q4 FBM hack, right in your parents' basement. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, guys, Jonathan is in the chat here. So, Jonathan had never sold a product on Amazon June 1st, and he did over $15,000 in profit in August, and he's in college too, which is crazy. But it shows like if you really, really get after it and grind, like you can take this very far, very fast.
I thought I recognized the name when he was asking
Yeah,
how you
on the
start
timeline.
earlier.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he's already crushing, but
yeah, he's
maybe
one
it's the same name.
yeah.
Is it okay to list a product with one other seller? Not if it's always only had one seller and you check all the other listings and they all have one seller too. Like it's probably a private label controlled by a certain distributor, that kind of thing.
1,000 units just today. Yeah. So just today, what was cool about that was there's about like I placed like 50 orders. Yeah, it's 50 orders in 20 years.
Would you say cold calling and wholesaling an opportunity? I mean, you're gonna have to, right? So if you're good at cold calling and that kind of stuff, you'll do great at wholesale. If you hate that kind of stuff, and I'm not a fan of cold calling, so I hired some friends to do that part of the business for me. And if you want to do it that way, then go for it. Put yourself out of the comfort zone, that kind of thing.
Finals? I don't know what finals are. The only finals you should be doing are doing the final FBM orders. What did you do? What did you do? You used to do a lot, but isn't worth your time anymore besides books, TikTok, Snapchat, watching TV. Got to get rid of all that. You read a book. And then definitely like certain items, like maybe getting around cancel on certain websites, but that's really only applicable if you're like getting around cancel on certain websites is like a fantastic thing for a lot of beginners to get good at because it translates to a lot of
Yeah, I mean, to be like, all we've been doing is getting better and better at the same thing for 3 years. So it's hard to fail once you are at that point. So like, quitting books and then jumping into OA is you're just getting better at finding the sites that want your money and going from there.
As a full-time college student, have a full-time job doing this business even possible for someone like me? If you have a YouTube account named Daddy Chill, you have time. You have time. But you just have time, man. You just have time. Like if you have you have time completely. But yeah, I mean, there's people with full-time jobs and kids that are doing this part-time. So yeah, you can too. I promise.
For sure. I was a full-time college kid. I think you were too when you started. Like,
I was grinding. Yeah, scroll back on our Instagrams. Yeah. You have all those items shipped to your home. You have thousands of items shipped to your home. So back in the day, yes. But these days we ship to warehouses that are called prep centers, basically. And we're just actually going to talk a lot on how to actually get that set up tonight at the free class as well. So you check that out. Is online arbitrage or retail better? Now, they both work. You got to understand that, right? If you're asking that question, that shows me you currently do neither, of which you should probably do both, right? But online arbitrage is better.
That's the energy from Jules. That put that on screen.
Been telling people about this and they don't have to believe in it.
That's the energy.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Like
show them.
Yeah, that's why you got to delete Snapchat. No one on Snapchat believes in you. Not a single person on Snapchat believes in you. Right? You got to get rid of TikTok. You got to read a book. There's a bunch of things you got to do.
For sure. Yeah. If I assume it's like the friends and family hating on you a little bit, that kind of stuff. Luckily, I always had some good support there, but you'll have a good time when they start seeing all the profit roll in.
Oh yeah,
and like, oh, will you show me how to do it now? It's like you were laughing at me a couple months ago, like.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fake accounts, unfortunately, too, guys. So yeah, unfortunately, you'll get DMs from fake accounts from time to time.
I was 12, bro. Daddy Chill got the 12-year-old. He stuck with the 12-year-old username.
Yeah, on your head. That's fucking hilarious.
That's so good.
Is it possible to hit 3 to 5K profit with just OA? Also, how many aces would you say? Oh, of course, Malik. I mean, I know people who have made 50K profit in a single month off one brand. So absolutely. Yeah, all you got, bro, just spend 10K. There we go. Like, especially Malik, knowing what you know, man. Like just on some of these sales you've known about the past couple weeks, like you could easily do that.
Yeah, just spend 10K. It's funny. That's the industry you want to be in, right? It's like, oh, I mean, yeah, it's there. It's literally today. It's like you can do it today if you know where to look.
Haters, yeah, but they commute to work. They commute to work. Like
you're an idiot until you're successful. That's a good way to put it.
Literally though, and at the end of the day, you realize that the mission wasn't to become successful. The mission was to have a mission worthwhile to work on.
But your mom and your sister are your biggest haters, even after you're making good money, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is interesting though. But that bro's gonna put up a 50-ball profit in December, so it's gonna be very tough to contest. You got to outwork your own self-doubt and outwork other people's doubt of you. But the other people's is like the shit you can't worry about though. When's the next BBB drop? We're filming a BBB tomorrow, actually. And yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, if you want like more podcast style content, Garrett and I have 143 currently podcast episodes on the Buy Box Bandits, which is on all podcast platforms.
I've got 8 up now. The Amazon Mastery podcast.
Really? Wait. What plot?
It's everywhere. Apple's giving me going to war with me to get it approved.
It's on, promoted it. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Spotify, Google, everything like that.
All right. Well, okay. Let me check that shit out then.
What up, Lance?
Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, all right. So check that out. Amazon Mastery with Fields of Profits. Boom. Oh, the branding's fire too. Okay, nice. Cool. I just linked it. Oh, my dog in the cut too. Let's get it right there. How much should I invest in products as a starter? Somewhere between $1,000 and $3,000, but you want to like really, really reduce risk. Like you don't want to be like you want to nicely reduce risk, basically.
Can you sell open box top shoes on Amazon? No, but you can if the margin's there. You can pay a few bucks to buy a replacement box and then throw them in there. Sometimes for like RA, it can be worth it. I know there's like they rip the tops off at like Marshalls and that kind of stuff. Sometimes there's enough margin at the discount stores for it to be worth it.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. And especially too, when you're new, it's so easy to get that stuff in hand same day to see the profit. There's a lot less couponing involved to make stuff profitable like that. That super works, guys.
Have an item shift to prep center. Doesn't that hit your profit margins quite a bit? I mean, you just source with it in mind, right? So it's going to be anywhere from like $1 to $2 a unit. So you're typically going to end up sourcing like a little bit more expensive items. Doesn't usually make sense to sell like $10 items from a prep center, but beyond that, like you just factor it in, you're good to go.
For most of you guys, you're actually going to save money using a prep center too, because you're going to use a prep center in a sales tax free state. So you're going to avoid somewhere typically between 5 and 10% you'd have to pay. So if it's a $20 product and your sales tax is 9%, but you're paying $1 a unit, you're actually saving 80 cents and saving like 4%.
Which is fun because it's rare that the lazy route is also the more profitable route. So it's a super quick win. And yeah, like Miles was saying, I'll be diving into finding a prep center, what a good one looks like, all that kind of stuff on the free training. Miles is going to be dropping a bunch of Q4 sourcing sauce, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you guys are registered down below.
Boom. Yep. Amazon loan offers like Lendistry and Marcus Goldman Sachs line of credit. Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta look into it and make sure like the terms are good and stuff. But yeah, I mean, completely. Like I've used some of that stuff.
Yeah, I've used the Marcus line of credit. It was good. And the nice part about the lines of credit is you don't actually have to pay the interest until you need the money. So I never ended up needing to pull from that line of credit, but I just always had an extra 45 available to me if I needed it, right?
Cool. Oh, Wilkins, what's your Twitter so people can follow you? I can't quite remember. I think it might be Wilkins FBA, but definitely
something like that.
Follow. Yeah, I was hanging out
on the timeline.
My dog Max Anthony in the building. Max recently changed his name, but Max had never sold a product on Amazon. May 1st, boom, 80K in rev, over 10K in profit in August with a 9 to 5 and a crazy haircut. Anything is possible. Amazon Wolf. That's right. Yes. Follow my dog Wilkins on there. Yeah, for sure.
Got 50K from Marcus today. That'll be a big boost for you, Pete.
Yeah. Wisconsin family.
Pete, do you merchant and fill out of Wisconsin?
Yes. We kind of quick. That was an incredible. That was an incredible stab at Pete's character. But I luckily deflected there. Yes, of course.
No, obviously he's merchant affiliate. I didn't know if he was actually paying 6% on that stuff.
Oh yeah, well he's coming to PA for December actually too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we're about to be messing up some hibachi, that's for sure. No seed oil though.
Are you guys mobbing out of the warehouse? Is that the vibe?
Well, so Max and Peter have a basement operation, but then there's a couple dudes that have warehouses around that'll hang out. Steven has a huge garage.
Because you need multiple addresses, otherwise there's no reason.
But now here we go though. Southeast PA, I would put it up against anywhere in terms of order pickup potential. I actually would though. I'm sure a lot of major cities are like that. But
yeah, I mean there's a ton of stores are lit.
And like the nice thing is where the order pickups There's no cancels. That's like a huge thing, guys, for when you're sourcing online, especially if you're sourcing big retailers that have a lot of retail locations. There's going to be so much potential to order and pick up that inventory, get that stuff listed same day, next day, and pump it to the moon.
Would you take a $22 profit but 12% ROI? Only if it's in a super low return category. Otherwise, that's just going to go to paying for your returns.
Yeah.
Like a pair of shoes, you're going to lose money.
Sure. If it's a beauty item, however, buy it and list it higher because you're going to be able to get the buy box higher.
Yeah, yeah. See if the price jumped up last Christmas too. UK seller, you guys in the US seeing tons of account restrictions. I mean, some people are getting like Section 3, that kind of stuff. But that's all just to verify that everyone's supply chain is legit, your store is legit, which is an amazing thing because last year there was a bunch of like counterfeiters and stuff on some of the like best listings, and this year they're not going to be because they're weeding them all out.
Thank God for that. Yeah. But I've been following you guys for a while. Appreciate it. That's what's up. People are drop shipping on Amazon. That's still possible. It's definitely against the rules. So no. And will they send to me if I don't pick them up? So Brandon, they're not. You'd have to reorder it as a shipping order. But good on you for doing the pickup orders. You'd have to reorder as a shipping order, but that should be completely easy to do. See now here we go. Right, the real G's. You place the pickup order and then you list it FBM and you only pick it up if it sells. It's really 300 IQ.
It's close to drop shipping.
Exactly. Oh my God, man. You're putting the inventory in escrow.
You just got to make sure you actually have it in, like you've got a pickup on it or something. Putting it in escrow.
But they confirm it. That's the big thing, is that they confirm it.
Yeah. Interested in the course? Do you do installment payments? No. If you need to split it into installments, I would much rather you spend it on inventory and come back later when you got a few $1,000 you want to grow. We'll be the only gurus or whatever you want to call us telling you to not give us money. But if it's that significant for you, then come back after you made a little bit more money off the free stuff.
Yep, for sure. And in the meantime, obviously, we're open for any questions you guys need and such.
For sure. Yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of exclusive stuff that isn't on YouTube, Haven. If you want to get registered below. It'll be like an hour. Yeah, starting like an hour. Tons of software there.
Absolutely. Cool, sweet. My bad, guys. I lost the Instagram live for some reason. Right there. We got the Q4 masterclass going down in 1 hour. Make sure you get registered for that in the bio.
Main reasons people get banned on Amazon. I mean, usually it's you're drop shipping, you're buying stuff from Alibaba, you're buying from Telegram distributors, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you're playing by the rules, which is how we're going to tell you, you'll be good to go.
Yeah. You the owner or creators? Yeah, so we didn't create SellerAmp, but we do co-own SellerAmp with our kind of the big brains who actually built the tool.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Just got the roadmap and learning more than just reverse sourcing. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we're not going to put just reverse sourcing in the we're not going to charge you guys for stuff that's already out there.
Yes, the announcement is that in 1 hour, we got the Q4 live masterclass going out. It's completely free. You can get registered at the bio. On that, we're going to drop a ton of sauce we haven't shared publicly. So we're excited to put that in. Just got Nike Endgate as well. Yes, sir. Good job.
If you get banned, is it possible to create a new account? They're usually going to be able to link it back, but you'd have to get like new IP, new address, new computer. Like you'd have to really go for it. So typically they're gonna trace it back to you. So just don't break the rules.
Yep, you'll be good to go.
Got options.
That's what's up. Cool. And if you guys on Instagram have questions too, definitely let us know. Input shipping costs. Yes. So it'll take care of that. Yeah. Cool. Sweet. What other questions you guys got? We'll be on for like 10, 15 more minutes or so. Selling is clutch for new sellers like me. Can you explain hazmat? Yeah. So certain types of materials, mainly like perfume and such, they're very flammable, I believe. It's like they're like a hazmat risk essentially. So a lot of beginners can't FBA them. Okay, so you do wholesaler OA only. So OA predominantly for now.
Yeah, if you're trying to get hazmat approved though, list some FBM that is not gonna break the law or whatever. Obviously, ship it and you'll get approved for FBA hazmat faster. Is kind of what's word on the street these days. Is the free Q4 class tailored to beginner sellers, but also intermediate? I mean, we're gonna take you if you've never sold anything on Amazon. We'll show you from square one, but later on in the training, we'll show you some super specific Q4 sauce, how to find if your storefront stock, we'll show you how to find better storefronts to stock during Q4. So keep a product finder stuff. So yeah, if you're already making some sales, it'll be valuable for you.
Okay, so dude says, is there a way to find products that are high in demand? Yes. So you can, it's actually incredibly easy. You can just search on Amazon. You can look inside the storefronts of other sellers. You can use Keep Product Finder. Absolutely. How would I get ungated from an order I placed through pickup? You submit the order confirmation email the same way, although I would definitely place an online order too. Just to get
you'll need to have your address on it somewhere. So if the pickup doesn't have that, you'll have to just do like a regular invoice.
Be killed, but still not making sales. Yeah, so check if you're getting the buy box, and then look on that listing and see why you're not getting the buy box. Whether it be that the buy box isn't rotating, which is pretty rare, or it's most likely that your delivery dates aren't competitive with the other sellers, and you either need to update your FBM handling time, or you need to wait for that inventory to check in FBA.
Realistically, it's probably just still in transfer. If it hasn't been more than like a week or two, it's probably just still transferring around.
At what point is a VA worth it? Once you have once you're doing like 20 to 30K a month in sales with plans to do way more, and you have money that you need deployed.
Extra capital, you know how to spend capital very well, and then that's kind of the big decision maker.
Does SellerAmp help you find products online? Yes. So it shows you what products are good, and then it can help you locate more of them via looking inside these storefronts of other sellers.
Yeah, it helps you look through spreadsheets faster, look through websites, all that kind of stuff.
How do you maximize the chance of achieving the buy box? So you wait for your FBA inventory to completely check in, use a repricer, price where other people are getting the buy box if we're talking FBM. Be in 0-day handling time, be FBMing on listings that other people are FBMing on, and ideally be in 0-day handling time. Can I contest it with Amazon? Yeah, you
can. Best way to hire first VA. I've used a site called onlinejobs.ph. And then from there, it's like an interview, give them a test, put them on a trial week. We go into a lot more detail in the roadmap on that.
Yeah, there's actually and there's a whole section in terms of hiring the VA tonight as well, like breaking down a lot of it. This has been my first month, and I've done about 20K in sales. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Which direction should I go to find my next brands? Storefront stock from your best listings and figure out what the people selling on those listings are selling, which is nicely. It's going to introduce you to products that aren't sneakers in the sale as well.
Yeah, and clearly it's clicking. So congrats on that 20K first month.
That's awesome. And whatever you did to find the shoes and clothing, do the exact same thing, and you'll be able to find other types of products too.
I've never seen anyone who's done like a 10K first month that ever failed after that. Like,
oh yeah,
10K or beyond. Like,
best sizes to sell. So luckily, T-Hibbert, the data is going to tell you, right? So you're just going to take a look and see it. Like, you're going to look at the Kiva charts regardless of size, and the ones with the best volume, or all of them, are going to be the ones that you buy.
Yeah, if you are, if you're doing like clothing, I would bump up for women's clothing though, because they tend to return more often than men's clothing. It also depends on the type of item. So like people are going to return like a shirt way more often than they might do like a sock or something like that.
Yeah. Would you say 0 to 10K is the hardest part? Not even close. Yeah, not even close. Like it took me, it took me probably about 45 days to do first 10K in sales, and then later that year I did 27K in one day.
Yeah, 0 to 10K is harder than the next like 90.
Yeah, because you got to learn so much more, right? To do 10 to 100, you're just repeating successful actions.
Is FBA or FBM better if you're just starting out? It's going to depend on the product. So check SellerAmp buy box stats and make sure that someone FBM is getting sales. If they're not, it's probably not likely you're going to be able to get any of the pie unless you do FBA. Beyond that, though, FBM is way better for like cash flow. You getting that proof of concept way faster because you're just mentally not going to be able to spend thousands of dollars on good inventory before you start getting that proof of concept.
Does that come with high investment? I mean, not really. Like I just take a couple grand and you grow at your speed that you're comfortable with. And if you're doing the right thing, meeting the right people, doing the right action every day, great things can happen. talk to a CPA for tax stuff, but it's like anything else. If you make money, like you gotta pay tax on it. For doing volume, is FBA better or FBM? So if you're asking that question, you're going to make your big gains with FBM. However, in a perfect world, everything would be FBM, right? So it's if you're asking that question, it's definitely FBM because you need to learn, you need to be able to iterate on the fly, you need to be able to reduce risk, reduce competition, and FBM does all of that.
Yeah, especially most of you newer sellers are going to be limited by capital by month 2 or 3 if you're sourcing right, talking to people, really taking it seriously. So FBM is going to be the solution just because it solves your cash flow.
And you deal with so much less competition because people aren't getting on listings as fast. This is a bunch of beautiful.
Yeah, speed to market with FBM is huge.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Yeah, speed to market, lack of competition. Your cash flow cycle is compressed. Your risk is reduced.
I've ever noticed missing inventory. Sent 20, you got 16. Now you got stock. Check the shipping. See if it says closed, and if there's still a discrepancy, you just submit your invoices, and Amazon reimburses you.
FBM is looking difficult to make profitable because the shipping costs. You're probably overestimating the shipping costs because if other people are FBMing on listings, you can too.
Yeah, it's usually pretty equal to FBA fees.
Yeah, like very, very close.
Yeah. The only exceptions would be like super light or super heavy items will have differences.
And the occasional like fee error and such. But like the nice thing, guys, is if something's above $25, but well below 1 pound, like sub 10 ounces, sub 12 ounces, typically better to FBM rather than FBA too. Why do some cover the barcode with Amazon sticker, but others don't? You can do whatever you want. You probably want to be mainly covering it, but like, I mean, the minimum wage employees aren't going to care that are processing it. Are waiting. Best thing to do when you first start and are waiting to get engaged into big brands, make an Instagram or Twitter page and document daily. Do the auto ungates, which are on Warner and I's YouTube channels. And start sourcing those, and then be hitting up like Amazon Seller Help to get these big brand ungates done faster too.
Yeah, and also make a list of items that are going up in price during Q4. That way, once you're approved, you can look through Black Friday sales and do it that way. Which just make like a button on your Seller Amp Google Sheets that just says Christmas, so you just get a huge list of ASINs that are going to be pretty good. Still working 9 to 5, sourcing pretty heavy after. If you're able to put full-time in Amazon, you can do it full-time. What are your thoughts? I would wait until you are significantly replacing your 9 to 5 income.
Unless you're a 18-year-old.
Yeah.
If you're an 18-year-old living at your parents' house, quit yesterday. And get on Twitter for sure.
Yeah, but based on the you're probably not calling it a 9 to 5 if it's like a 15-hour job. Like
bro was well spoken.
So if you got kids, you got health insurance, that kind of stuff. Like you need to seriously replace that income first.
Yeah. Ideas for my first Twitter video: pick up the camera and talk. That's the only thing that's going to be effective. And even asking that's procrastination. I love you to death, Matt, but even that's procrastination. You got to pick up the camera and talk.
Plus, you've been on enough of these streams that people recognize the name. So just throw something up there, tag a couple of us, and it's off to the races.
Tag Seller Amp, right? Tommy does FBM. Raul does FBM. Billy Flips. Jimmy FBA. Pete's Flips. Big Cat FBA. You know, you tag some of the characters, right? Amazon Wolf. Is a resale permit needed? No, it definitely helps though. Do people prefer FBA over FBM, even if the profit might be more, that'll be a smoother transaction? Well, it's not necessarily that. Well, I guess that's part of it. I don't know if you mean from the seller or the buyer perspective. From the buyer perspective, FBA is way better because they get the product way quicker. From a selling perspective, FBA is nicer because you ship the products bulk to Amazon. However, this time of year, you don't have time as much to send products to, you don't have time as much to send products to FBA. Whatever, guys, I jumped all in, but I'm still scared to get on camera. Well, luckily, that scared thing you're saying is a fabrication of your imagination, and the version of you that has the money you want is not afraid of it. So if you want to be that person, there you got to change. Procrastinating is my worst and well-known enemy. Well, once again, if you give it power and you call it an enemy, then it's going to be an enemy. But you know, you are the one stopping yourself from holding it up and clicking record. Nothing else is stopping you from that. Best way to be super ready for Black Friday sales. Boom. A committed friend group or brotherhood, sisterhood, etc. to source with. Seller Amp spreadsheets full of leads that pumped to the moon last year or that are very stable right now. Lots of sourcing right now to figure out your favorite websites and look back at old leads as well.
Dummy tank shoes. Yeah, at this point, if people are lowering prices on shoes, then they hate money. Just give it like 3 weeks and you'll be making tons of money on it. Yeah, just hold prices on them.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, interesting. Okay. Now here's an interesting case study, right? No kids or anything. I'm 25, but my house is paid off 3 months in. How about, aha. So you're a shoe guy. You're a shoe guy. Okay. Okay. All right, cool, nice. So yeah, dude. I mean, you got like a great, and what's cool too is you have the flexibility where you can, potentially like get a less demanding job if you ever need to and such. But definitely like go really hard with Amazon in December, see what you're capable of, and then I'd make a decision based on that.
Yeah, especially if the house is paid off, that's a big one. Like don't listen to people who are basically your age on the internet for such an important decision. Like talk to other people in your life, that kind of stuff. But
well, making good money. If you got 70K in sneaker inventory and at paid off house, you got years.
It sounds like you got a little bit of business acumen. You probably make it pretty well on reselling.
Exactly. However the hell that happened, great for you. It's about I signed up for Power Chip and they had similar pricing. Any tips to reduce shipping costs? Andre, it depends on the weight of the product. If it's above 1 pound, that makes sense. If it's below 1 pound, significantly below 1 pound, that's a little bit high. Cool, sweet. Okay, so 49 minutes till the Q4 masterclass gets on, right? It's linked in the bio, linked in the description as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to be breaking down a bunch of important Q4 stuff, specific strategies, a couple really ninja Q4 sourcing tips on Keep a Product Finder, which we don't really talk about too much online. So we're excited to share that with you guys. And make sure you bring notes as well because it's going to be popping.
How many hours should you be sourcing to do 20K months? It's not really the right question because right now it'll take you way more than it will in a couple months, right? It's all just about finding that catalog that you can come back to, having a big list of leads that over the last year and a half you've been sourcing consistently. You can just refer back to that when the same sale comes back. Like it's like so front loaded, and that's why a lot of people don't make it. It takes a lot of work at the beginning, and it pays off massively after that.
It's like anything though. Like learning to ride a bike is so hard, and then you can passively ride the bike after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but luckily for us, most people can't stick to something that they know will work. Takes effort, but light at the end of the tunnel. People just kind of give up.
What ROI should I be looking for in December? From my experience, your ROI should go up about 5%, but you're mainly going to make your money with volume. So like if something's like the same ROI you like year round, but you can pump volume, that's much easier to make your money on.
What up, Sadiq?
How do I double bag? Now that I don't really think you need to double bag that, but you can always call Amazon and ask what they mean. But I don't really think you need to worry about that. We got John Side Hustle.
John in the building.
Make sure you guys follow John Side Hustle Experiment on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, etc. Got 4K inventory in my basement. Ship or hold, bro. Sell that shit, man. Sell it and pump more. Because like that's the thing. At all the proof of concept you can acquire now, you're going to be able to like 5 and 10x that effort into more profit during December because stuff's going to be so much more profitable. It's going to be selling a lot quicker, but you need that confidence and proof of concept that stuff's actually going to sell that you get now.
Plus, it's not too late to FBA it right now. You can still stock in and you'll do no work to sell at super high prices because you will be able to charge a premium even over FBA sellers during Q4. Just a lot of us probably don't have the capital to be stocking up like crazy for FBA right now.
Facts. With product groups, would you recommend starting with 1K capital? Whatever product group you're like interested in as a human being, and that you have some sort of hobby or something you like buying, and probably there's a good chance that's being sold on Amazon via name brand, so you can start out flipping that.
How do you raise seller rating? Been stuck at 200. So I'm assuming, so you just said it was your first month. So you'll get a boost. It changes once a week or once a month. I forget how often it counts.
It's not important. No. It's like for every 100.
I think, isn't it? It's 1 point for 4 orders, right?
Cool. Something like that.
I think is the metric. So just the more you sell, Jesse, the higher to go, and just appeal all the IP complaints or anything like that if you get any.
How do I find profitable OA products? Every site Google points me to sells retail price. Yeah, so that's going to list the retail price, but that doesn't mean a discount doesn't exist for that certain website. And that's the $1 million question that makes all the difference, is being able to locate these different discounts, which you either got to find all on your own or collaborate with others to find. I mean, send it in FBA or hold FBM, list it 48 hours FBM, 0-day handling time, reprice reprice your affiliate links in the description if you need that, and replenish if it sells, and send off to Amazon if not. Do you have OA purchasing tutorial videos? You're probably looking at the 2 people on planet Earth who have the most OA purchasing tutorial. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, just on our YouTubes. Cool, sweet. All right, guys. So we will see you in 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Link down below. Link in the description. Bring your questions. Bring your notes. A lot of good Q4 sauce going down, and we will see you there.
Let's do it. See you guys in 45 minutes.